What is up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. We're going to dive into some rapid fire news today related to XRP and a variety of altcoins. Let's kick it off. To preface the BRICS nations, I wanted to mention China's central bank was welcomed to Ripple's headquarters back in 2017. You can see it's dated right here. We have a picture of a presentation, and I highly recommend checking this out. We have the article available right here. You can also translate it and do a control find for Ripple. Now, I'd like to emphasize this, shared by I Am Legion. He has some of the best blogs in this entire space. Now, SIA, a huge Italian banking consortium, and I know we talked about them yesterday, and this group had ties to Q&T or Quant as well with Overledger. Now, at the time, I think it was about 600 banks, and I'm assuming that this number has grown, by the way. We are honored to have been chosen by 15 central banks across a variety of areas, Europe, Africa, Middle East, etc., to develop their financial infrastructure. We all know that SIA has partnered with R3 to accelerate the adoption of blockchain, and this is referring to all the applications used by all these banks and corporates, about 600 at the time, but this is back in 2017. We've shown the video clip many times of SIA specifically saying, yes, we are working with all the big players, including R3 and Ripple, and he said that verbatim. And please recall that R3 did launch a universal settler application to facilitate global payments on Corda, which is entirely agnostic. It does not just have to send one single type of digital asset or any type of value for that matter, but funny enough, XRP was the first settlement mechanism. Now, of course, all the ISO tokens, XDC, anything that has ties to R3, I would not be surprised in the future to see. But friendly reminder, XRP and a variety of other alts that are ISO compliant or have their own standard like Q&T are in all the documents, have been trialed by real banks. So right here, Anders L, the ultimate solution is a bridge asset, XRP. We have China and Russia right here. A few articles on FT, on Reuters, XRP chat, etc. Let's speed through a few of these points. As we can see, Chinese banks are urged to switch away from SWIFT as US sanctions loom. And this has been happening globally over the last several years, not just China, not just Russia, not just Brazil, not just the UAE or anywhere in the Middle East. This is happening everywhere. A bridge currency like XRP, and it can be any asset, but I am betting that the XRP ledger will be involved to some degree, changes that dynamic dramatically. Transactions that don't involve the US or other third countries don't have to travel through their system to settle. Central Bank of Russia, successful testing of XRP. Now, people that have not done the research do not understand how good of a researcher King Solomon is. He's a good buddy of mine. And King Solomon, even Anders L, they do targeted keyword searches, and they found some of the most amazing patents, and I cannot bet against it. And I know King Solomon has found some insane things about HBAR and Q&T as well. As we can see, SWIFT is dominated by the US dollar. Now, the banks that control SWIFT, because it is just another consortium, another type of monopoly or mafia, I should say, and XRP is aiming to level the playing field. We're not going to a perfect world, but I am arguing that we will be at a more decentralized future where it's a bit more fair. And I know Bitcoin radically wants to be an anarchist and just completely flip everything on its heads, and we all want to be our own banks, and I completely back that sentiment. I want to be my own bank, and that's how I act today, at least where I can. But Ripple to me is a company that's just being more practical, and what they're trying to do is be that bridge to bridge the traditional infrastructure and the legacy infrastructure into the crypto landscape. Get them used to DeFi. Give them a taste of something where there's no counterparty risk. It's so ironic that Ripple, the company, is the black sheep. All these other crypto assets hate Ripple. They hate XRP. But when all is said and done, I think that a lot of these crypto assets and projects and groups and communities are actually going to be happy for what Ripple is doing for the industry. They just want clarity. They want clarity for all of these assets. They have a variety of assets on their books in that Ripple Liquidity Hub. Did you see? They had Solana. They had Polkadot. They are pro-crypto. I was just reading through some Ripple insights and articles with SBI Remit, another group I'm watching, of course, with remittances between Japan and Thailand. I was also going through the Q3 2021 XRP Markets report just to remind us of a few things. There's been growth of not just RippleNet transactions, but ODL. Guys, this specifically uses XRP today. Now, it's agnostic, but it's leveraging XRP. XRP is one of the only cryptocurrencies today that has been sent through institutions with over $2 billion plus of value. That's utility. And the idea behind that is as volume grows, it's steadily moving in a bilateral direction. It's going to create a price floor when there's clarity, when there's actual utility that's allowed to scale up. So you can see ODL transactions are up 130% quarter over quarter. ODL transactions accounted for approximately 25% of total volume. ODL customers can send XRP for cross-border payments through their third parties, like exchanges, or directly through a crypto wallet. And I cannot wait for the Ripple Liquidity Hub, and please recall the other patent that King Solomon found with the largest credit card issuer with XRP integrations. ODL customers can now send to over 20 countries around the world for their payment needs. Next up, in the last 3 weeks alone, the FBI has created a cryptocurrency unit. Intel, one of the biggest companies, also created a blockchain unit. PayPal creates a crypto council. Google creates a blockchain unit. And MasterCard creates crypto consulting. And I almost forgot to mention that BlackRock, the company that owns the world, that has one of the biggest stakes in Vanguard and a variety of other asset management companies, or just, giant companies, is opening a crypto trading desk. And then you're seeing Adidas, JP Morgan, all these massive brands and banks investing in the metaverse, investing in NFT infrastructure, working on hiring Web3 director-like roles. It's because this ecosystem is going to continue to grow year over year. We don't have to agree on crypto assets. One thing we should agree on, and I really hope so, is the future of this asset class. Next up, Sequoia Capital. We've talked about this group many times. They are launching a $500 to $600 million crypto fund to invest in tokens. Now, other things are happening that are super interesting. XRP Crypto Wolf. This is the second big Xrp transfer to Coinbase, even though they haven't relisted it, so I wonder why. We have approximately $30 million worth of XRP that has been transferred from an unknown wallet to Coinbase. So you can see the hash, timestamp, and go through this because, this is pretty crazy. Speaking of that, we have 175 million XRP are shoveled by Galaxy Digital's BitGo, our institution selling. So interesting headline by you today. Remember that BitGo is the same group that built the enterprise wallet for XRP back in 2017. And this is years ago. They process over $1 billion in transactions per month for their customers, including the biggest digital currency exchanges and applications in the world. Advanced treasury management, and additional enterprise functionality for XRP. And speaking of BitGo, also with Casper. Now, I know this is from last March, but I want you guys to remember this. BitGo, $30 billion in assets under custody. So I'm curious what that number is now. I'll have to check. More than 300 digital assets within the platform. The security and operational backbone for more than 400 institutional digital asset market participants in 50 countries. BitGo has set up the Casper network for institutional and secure asset custody. I wonder why. Because I believe that Casper will be a phenomenal layer 1 project or network that is going to be servicing enterprises. Next up, looking at the Bitcoin price chart, this is shared by Blockchain Backer, and wow, this is crazy. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this fractal. And I believe Blockchain Backer said this fractal's been following for months, so absolutely insane. And the thing is, I want to look for confluence across the board with people in this market for sentiment, and whether or not you believe that Bitcoin goes, much lower in the future or not. And what do a lot of people see? A retracement eventually coming for Bitcoin. Assets do not just go straight down. There's usually a retracement, and then it can capitulate further. So guess what? I'm not perfect. Any assets that I bought back here in, say, end of December, we thought we were going to find the rocket. Well, anything I bought here and it just crashed, I'm not really interested in liquidating it unless, one, I'm confident I can improve my position and buy back lower, or there's a better opportunity. If I'm in a sound asset, I still believe it has upside in the future, I'm probably just going to be holding it here and waiting for that retracement, and then I can decide when in profit or break even where to reallocate my funds. So that's just right for me, not financial advice. If an asset crashes and Bitcoin goes down to, 36K, I'm not interested in selling my bags at those levels. I'd be waiting for a retracement and then get out. I don't want to sell an asset or capitulate when emotions are at an all-time high. I want to wait for a retracement, wait a few days until I can think clearly, because you don't want to act out of emotion. Also, we have Stella right here. We are proud to support the launch of Verite, a new set of open standards for Center. So Center is an open source tech project launched by the founding members of Circle and Coinbase. Now remember, Center and Circle, with their native asset or their stablecoin, USDC, has ties within, let's see, all these ISO tokens, Hedera, Solana, Algo, you name it. So very exciting. And of course, XLM. For identity credential issuance, custody, and verification. So check this out. We have Verite, an open source framework for DIDs, Decentralized Identities. I also saw that Hedera shared something about this, so I'm going to keep a close eye on this. And something interesting about Casper as well is you want to verify information that could be sensitive without giving that information away. So how can I create a network where somebody or the network can automatically confirm that, yes, this is me, and yep, that is my correct social security number, but I don't have to show them that social security number in order to confirm that. We can kind of hide sensitive information. So this is going to be the future. And of course, decentralized identity for Web3 is going to be crucial. Next up, Colorado governor says he expects the state to be able to accept tax payments in digital currency in crypto by the summer. That would be amazing. Just a matter of time. So you could have the option of sending tax payments in digital currency. That would surely be faster and a lot easier than writing a check. And I know everybody makes fun of speculators, but the ironic thing is that you still have to speculate in every investment, in every market to do well. So check this out. XRP shared by XRP Darren. This is another top-notch researcher. If you are an XRP, highly recommend following Fame 21 More. Now, shared by the Arab Times Online, we can see right here. Swift transfer of funds to the KFS. This is the Kuwait Financial House, I believe. We've seen them mention XRP many times. And notice KFH Turkey using RippleNet. Even XRP Darren, of course, referring to, I believe, the Turkish lira, their fiat. I wonder how cross-border settlement with the digital asset is working versus their fiat model when the currency is collapsing. Last but not least, guys, all crypto links and resources are in the video description if you have yet to file your taxes for crypto investing and crypto trading. I personally recommend TaxBit right here, linked to the video description, and you can use this discount code below. Appreciate all that like and sub, and until next time.